Okay, here's my Spider-Man Noir review, and you may be wondering why is it a week late? And the answer is I watch the show like a normal person, as we'll tip before review. Fun fact, if you binge watch a show, you will enjoy it severely less. It's shown that you should stretch it out. I'm not gonna watch one episode a week, I will watch one a day. And I finally finished it. Finally finished Spider Noir, and I guess it's time for my review. And overall, Sony has been doing Morbius, Madam Web, Craven the Hunter. They've kind of been doing all that. And they could have just been making this. Now, I don't want Sony doing forever Spider-Verse adjacent films. Because, man, we're going to get all those films in, 2050. I don't think that Spider-Punk film's coming out for another decade. Isn't there a Spider-Gwen film on the way? There's a Spider-Woman film on the way. Too many Spider movies. Too many Spider-Verse movies on the way. But, honestly, Spider-Noir was leaps and bounds better than anything Sony has been making for the past, other than Spider-Verse, since, the Raimi trilogy. I like Venom 1 and parts of Venom 3, but they don't even compare. Anyways, so, yeah, let's get into it. First off, one of the biggest pros I have for this series is the side characters. I really like every character in this show. The only one where it could definitely annoy me sometimes was Megawatt. I felt like, I get he was supposed to be over-dramatic, theater kid, essentially. But he could be quite annoying to me sometimes. And I get it's probably the actor who told you, and I think he does a solid job for what it's worth. But I kind of don't like the performance as much as I feel like it's a good. I can respect the performance, and I can respect a good job in what he was told to do. But it's also just a really annoying performance, in my opinion. The way he speaks and alliterates the word, didn't like it that much. But honestly, I think everyone else did a good job, especially the kid. I really like the kid with his performance. I thought it was neat trying to fit into this. It's in the 30s, because they talk about it being in the Great Depression. So I can presume it's the 30s. So, yeah, I think it's neat talking about this 30s timeline of Spider-Man. And, yeah. Now, I will say, there's some questions I have. I'm not done with characters, sorry. I like Janet, she's a good character. Cat Hardy, she never does become Black Cat. It's fine. I don't care. She's a great character. I like Flint. I like Silverman was a great villain. Ben Reilly was a great character. The Doctors were good characters. I like the story about how all the characters got their powers. I wish we saw the Burning dude a bit more. I like all the adaptations of these villains. I'm not the biggest Megawatt fan. I don't know who is. They could have just passed him off as Electro and got more hype up with him. But hey, maybe they're saving Electro for season 2. Because they gotta make a season 2. It felt like they're making a season 2. Right? And the show is doing well. It's on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. So, I do think it will make a season 2. Even though this first season didn't have much marketing. Anyways, I like all the characters. I think they're all pretty good. One thing I was a bit confused. Two confusions I have. I haven't really gotten a clear measure of, is this the same Spider-Man that we see in Spider-Verse? I remember when hearing about it coming out that it was the same, but nowadays I Google, it says not. But then I've heard a bunch of people saying it is the same, but it wouldn't make sense because this one's Ben Reilly, and he didn't know of any other Spider-Man. They clarified that in the first scene. But, yeah. Also, another thing was how Janet in, episode 7 was there was supposed to be this big moment where Ben accidentally, in a drunken state, revealed that he was the Spider to her. He was like, oh, no. And she's like, oh, I already knew. And my question is, she didn't know already? I really, really, really just thought that she knew, it felt like what she was doing throughout the series, how she was helping Ben with his spider stuff, that she knew, but turns out she didn't know. I don't know. I just thought that was really weird and very jarring. I'm like, wait a minute, we're supposed to suspect that she didn't know? Yeah, I thought that she just knew. And I wasn't really shocked by that moment. Or at all. If anything, I was just left in confusion of being like, did they really think that we... I looked online immediately about this. I'm like, wait, were we supposed to... Was I the only one who thought that she knew? And no, immediately I searched it up and I saw some... I know it was a Reddit post. It was Google. Google links to Reddit every time when you ask something. Anyways, it was some Reddit posts about this guy being like, were we supposed to think that she didn't know? Because I thought it was way too obvious. Anyways, next thing is the visuals. This is a very visual pleasing show. I have not seen the colored version. I saw it in black and white, the proper way to watch it. And to be fair, from what I've seen the colored version, it also looks great. But it was made for black and white and will probably look better in black and white. And for it being black and white, which isn't my personal preference, I think you can do a lot more visually interesting things and make a better looking show when it's in color. But the black and white looked really great. And honestly, I do think for this scenario, like scenarios where it's meant to be in black and white and a noir aesthetic, this show's definitely better in black and white than it would be in color. But it was really visually pleasing. Anyways, let's talk about our main guy, the Spider, Ben Reilly. First off, I do feel like maybe there could have been one or two more interactions between the Spider and Silvermane, but it's okay. Or another fight between the Spider and Flint, because there's really only one. And that was the first episode, where Ben didn't really do anything. But yeah, overall, I did like the Spider. I thought the suit was pretty perfect. And I did like whenever he showed up on screen. I love the energy given by Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is giving a great performance because he's just having a fun time doing this character. The like sass and like sarcasm I put his character is great, and I love it. I do like Ben's arc of learning to be a hero, basically, of not being a coward, as he says in the first episode. I did kind of know, it's like, okay, they're really trying to make you know that he's a coward, because they say it like 5 times in one scene. But I did like it. I thought he had a good arc, especially towards the end when he gave Flint the cure instead of taking it himself. I thought it was a strong moment. Other characters' arcs, I did like Kat. Cardi was a good character throughout the series. One thing that did kind of annoy me was her love triangle with Ben and Flint. It kind of just made her seem like a worse person, where she is about to run away with Ben, but then kind of just ditches him for Flint. It feels a bit... And then even with her leaving Ben, she knows Flint's... Actually, no, she doesn't know Flint's still alive. But Flint... He just died. You just think he's gone, and like 2 days later, you're with another guy. So overall, that love triangle did kind of make her a worse person, but it didn't make her a worse character. I thought it was really satisfying that she was the one to kill Silvermane. I wouldn't have been mad if Ben killed Silvermane, because this is a Spider-Man that kills, but I would rather have it that Kat killed him, because there's more effect towards Kat than there was Ben, you know? But yeah, let's just talk about the episodes real quick, because I can't really think of anything else to talk about. But the episodes were really consistently good. I think my average for this season is a 9, like, episode average, which, well, I have other 9 out of 10 average seasons. This one is going to be lower rated than most of those. But I did think the episodes were fun. They were all great in their own right, like, from my remembered ratings, I did write them down, but I don't have them near me. I gave episode 1 about an 8.4, episode 2 about an 8.7, episode 3 a 9, episode 4 a 9.1, episode 5 an 8.8, episode 6 9.4, episode 7 9.6, and the finale I don't know if it's quite 10 out of 10, but it'd be like a 9.8, 9.9. Still very, very good. And overall, that comes for great quality, especially since it does feel like every episode is getting better. Into the climax of it being pretty much perfect. You remind me of my ratings for Over the Garden Wall. Dang, I've never talked about that show here. Over the Garden Wall for me just kind of just keeps on getting better till the finale is, in my opinion, a perfect 10 out of 10. But anyways, so overall, Spider-Noir, it's very good. Very, very good. I liked Ben Reilly. I liked the side characters. The episodes were great. The villain was great. The visual flair and style was great. One thing I really did love was I liked the change, or maybe not change, I'm not a big Spider-Noir comic guy, but I did like the backstory, especially with that weird spider dude, of how Ben basically saved a bunch of prisoners of war in France, and then they all got experimented on, stuff like that. Also, shoot, I was going to say something. Oh yeah, Ben Reilly. Yeah. I'm sorry for having to deal with those, past 20 seconds. I had an idea, and I just remembered it. Wasn't this show supposed to be TVMA? It's not. If you look up ratings, it's TV PG-14. And I thought it was going to be TVMA, but it wasn't. And that kind of did take me by surprise. But hey. Anyways, so overall, I give the series about 9.1 out of 10. If they do make a season 2, I'd be very excited. I mean, it is made by the Spider-Verse people, and for as much as I do critique some of their things that they did on the working of the film, of the Spider-Verse films, they can make a good movie. Project Hail Mary, Spider-Man, the two Spider-Verse films, those were all pretty perfect. And this is an amazing, or not amazing, but fantastic. It's a fantastic season 1 to a show that hopefully gets more seasons. Anyways, if you disagree with my opinion, okay. You can comment down below. But personally, I do really like this series.